Right now, I'm going to teach you about AI benchmarks. Don't worry, I'm self-taught. This is not going to be a PhD level study. So what are benchmarks? Benchmarks are standardized tests that measure how well AI systems perform on specific tasks, kind of like giving a student an exam after you teach them something. The scoring in their performance can sometimes go against human-level expectations, but sometimes they're scored against other AIs. This helps researchers and companies and users understand the capabilities and limitations of different AI technologies. What are some different types of benchmarks? Let's break down the main types you'll encounter. There are natural language benchmarks that test how well AI understands and generates human language. These include GLUE, SuperGLUE, and MMLU for knowledge across subjects. Vision benchmarks like ImageNet and COCO evaluate how accurately AI can identify objects or describe images. Reasoning benchmarks such as GSM-8K and Big Bench assess logical thinking and problem-solving abilities, while multimodal benchmarks test AI systems that work across different formats: text, images, and audio. These would be MMMU or MME are two examples of multimodal benchmarks. Advanced knowledge benchmarks like GPQA, which stands for Graduated Professional Questions and Answers, test AI systems on graduate level expertise across fields like medicine, law, engineering, and require deep specialized knowledge. So some of these benchmarks are kind of like the equivalent of a high school exam, some of them are like a college exam, and some of them can be expert domain or even PhD level. There are some safety benchmarks that measure how well models avoid harmful outputs, while efficiency benchmarks evaluate performance relative to computational resources used. Then there's the ominously named humanities last exam. This mixes various domains and subject matters into one generalized test. But these particular tests only work on assistant chatbots. What about all the automation and agents that are coming? Isn't there a benchmark test for them? Enter the cutting-edge benchmark called Collaborative Agent Bench or CoLBench, recently developed by Meta AI. Unlike traditional benchmarks that test an AI's ability to solve problems on its own, CoLBench focuses on something much more realistic: how well AIs can work together with humans. Imagine you're trying to build a website or write some code, and you have an AI assistant helping you. CoLBench tests exactly this scenario. It measures how well AI agents can have back and forth conversations with humans to solve real programming and web design tasks. What makes CoLBench special is that it doesn't just care about the final result, it also evaluates the entire collaboration process. Can the AI ask good clarifying questions? Does it understand what you're trying to accomplish? Can it adapt its solutions based on your feedback? This is important because AI is going to be integrated into people's daily work, so tests like this are going to be crucial. Then there's the set of AGI benchmarks made by the ARC Foundation. ARC AGI benchmarks test an AI's advanced reasoning abilities. While top AI models perform exceptionally well on many standard tests, they struggle significantly on ARC AGI compared to humans. It's kind of weird because humans can pass ARC AGI better than the AIs can, which shows that there's some kind of gap going on there. What's up with that? These tests require genuine understanding rather than just pattern matching. In case you're not familiar, AGI stands for Artificial General Intelligence, the goal of creating AI with human-like intelligence that can understand, learn, and solve problems across any domain. Today's AI systems are narrow, excelling at only specific tasks they're trained for, while AGI would be flexible and adapt like human intelligence. ARC AGI includes two versions: ARC AGI 1 from 2019, which tests basic abstract reasoning, and ARC AGI 2, released in 2025, which features more complex, multi-step, symbolic, compositionally rich tasks and add an efficiency constraint to counter deep compute brute force solutions. Long story short, they try to prevent people from gaming the system. On ARC AGI 2, most state-of-the-art reasoning AI models score roughly 1% or less, while general humans tested can average about 60% accuracy based on a study of over 400 people, and expert human participants achieve up to 100%. This performance gap is because these benchmarks require true understanding and flexible thinking across different situations. And I think these tests really show that we have a little bit of a ways to go. So are these some perfect tests that just tell you exactly how good an AI performs? No, far from it. Benchmarks do come with some baggage. They often become targets to game rather than true tests of capability. They can be biased, lack diversity, and age quickly as models are trained to beat them. But what if benchmarks could evolve, constantly shifting to present fresh, unseen challenges? New approaches are actually coming up that may make AI evaluation harder to game and a little more accurate and pure. One promising solution is LiveBench.ai, which takes a moving target approach to AI evaluation. Instead of static questions that models can memorize, LiveBench constantly updates its tests and keeps 30% of them hidden, so developers can only see results, not the prompts. This prevents teaching to the test, so to speak, and offers a truer measure of how models handle new challenges. What LiveBench is doing could indicate the future of AI benchmarking if more things go in this direction. AI benchmarks are evolving, but test scores do not equal real-world ability. What matters is how systems adapt and solve problems in unpredictable settings. Looking at how we measure AI gives us a clearer view of both its progress and its limits. I personally like vibe testing. I think benchmarks are just kind of like an indicator or a general guideline. I think when it comes down to your actual use case, your vibe tests or your real world tests are going to be the actual thing to go by as a judge. Let me know in the comments, would you like to see me do more vibe testing instead of the rubrics that I usually run that are kind of rigid? Also, let me know in the comments what your experience is with benchmarks or if there's anything you think I missed. Thanks for watching. If you found some value in this video, please click the like button. I make videos about open source LLMs and tutorials about running open source AI programs in Linux and Windows. I also make videos about cool stuff you can do with ChatGPT and Grok. If any of that interests you, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. If you want to be notified when I make a new video, hit the notification bell. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.